Welcome to QuickCast number 5. Yes, the QuickCasts are back after a very long absence. My apologies for that. But yes, the QuickCasts are back, and QuickCasts are the sort of very energetic, very to the point, very specific topics, full of hints, tips and advice. So it's been a while. I do apologise, it's been a while, but QuickCasts are back. And QuickCast number 5, 7 highly effective performance habits that anyone can do. It's fair to say at the moment, the majority of people around the world are, quite lethargic. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on. I don't need to explain what's, going on, and, mass panic setting in, and lockdowns, and, job losses, all of that sort of stuff. It's not very pleasant. All of that being said and done, that if you run a business, you're in property, you're in any other business, there's always going to be certain times where you can thrive, and every day should be a day in which we can get better, we do get better, and that we can thrive. So these 7 highly effective performance habits are things anyone can do. Even if you don't run a business, you just want to make your life better, you can do all of this. We'll start at the very beginning. Number 1, have clarity. If you don't have clarity, then you've got a clouded mind. If you've got a clouded mind, you then get lost. You get, there's all this fog. You don't know whether you're coming and going. You don't know what's going on. You need to have clarity. The best way to get clarity is to have set visions and goals and targets. Why do you want to do something? Do you want to own a property portfolio so you can be time free? Do you want to run your business so you can, serve loads of wonderful customers? Do you want to take advantage of many of the opportunities that, lockdowns and the shift globally that's going to happen, towards more e-commerce and stuff like that? Is that a vision that you have? Do you have clarity? Do you want to be able to utilize these opportunities to make money and to serve your customers? Whatever it is, you need to have clarity. If you don't have clarity, you're just going to be stuck in limbo. You're going to go round and round in circles, and you'll get this fog. You'll get this we've all been there. We've all done it. Whether we're running businesses or talking about everyday life, these things happen. So number 1, have clarity. Number 2, you've got to show influence. So if you want something done, then how can you influence someone to make them think that it's their idea? Or how can you influence someone so you end up getting what you want? Really, the way to do that is to create as many win-win situations as possible. If it's a win-lose situation, then probably not good. If it's a win-win situation, that is the holy grail. That is the golden egg. How do you influence people? Actually, our book recommendation for you is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's something that you might see on our book recommendations list on our social medias in due course. A lot of it comes down to talking. A lot of it comes down to communication. Normally, we can influence people with the way in which we say things or how we say things. As an old adage goes, it's not what you say, it's the way you say it. So think of that. But I do recommend go and read that book by Dale Carnegie. But showing influence is a really effective performance habit that you can practice. You can learn this over time. Number 3, show courage. Now, this is about pushing your boundaries. Everyone's got to push their boundaries. Everyone should push their boundaries. Can you make yourself uncomfortable? Can you do that? Because doing that is normally going to take you to the next level. We've all, been there and done that. Some of us like to live in relative comfort. I'll be honest, I like to do that sometimes, be completely in my own bubble. But if you're in your own bubble, then you're not always going to progress. You need to be able to progress in order to get to where you need to go. So being able to show courage to do that, to push your boundaries, is incredibly important. Number 4, increase productivity. This goes hand in hand with feeling lethargic. Sometimes we can feel lethargic, but we have to increase our productivity. Now, that does not mean that you have to work 24 hours a day. When it comes to the nooks and crannies of it, when your business is up and running, sometimes it might take a few hours a week. If you look at Tim Ferriss's 4-hour work week, you get that's almost like the epitome of where many people want to be. But some people might enjoy working 10, 12, 15-hour days consistently. It's part of life. But just because you do more hours, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're more productive. So how do you increase productivity? Well, there's many strategies, starting off with, turning off distractions. Don't be too distracted by things. Works hand in hand with having clarity. Always make yourself better. Always try and make yourself better. Getting rid of distractions is going to be the key thing in order for you to increase productivity. But just remember with that an increase in hours that you work doesn't necessarily mean that you've increased productivity. There's always going to be this bell curve. There's always going to be this sort of epitome, or I think epitome is the right word, on this scale where you get to a point where whatever you do is going to devalue the work that you're doing. So you've got to find that point, and that's the point of high productivity. So work on that. Number 5, get energy. You need to get energy. If there's no energy, there's no drive. If you have energy, you're full of buoyancy, and that's going to help. Now, I say that, and as I've said on the podcast many a times before, I am quite skeptical. So I don't always, myself personally, bring the highest of energy to absolutely everything I do. That's because I'm very cynical on a few things, but that's an area that I need to improve on. But the times that I do bring my energy, I podcasting, chatting with people every now and then, and these sort of things, there always seems to be better results because people become infused with energy. People love energy. So if you've got the energy, that's really, really going to help. And again, it's something that you can bring. You can bring energy to anything that you do. Whether you're having a shower, whether you're trying to strike a deal, you can bring energy to anything you do. It's a mental thing. But the more energy that you have, the better it is. How do you get energy? It's not just a mental thing. A lot of it is down to, are you getting enough exercise? Are you, eating and drinking the right things? Because if you feed your body with the right fuel, then you're going to feel naturally better, and you'll have a lot more natural energy. Through trials and error of having a long period of time without chocolate, coffee, alcohol, I felt much better naturally, and that's probably when I was at peak performance in terms of mental thinking, when I didn't have those things in my life. Admittedly, I still don't drink too much nowadays, but I do like a good morning coffee. Happy days. But anyway, rambling on. These are meant to be quick and concise, Rob, so let it be quick and concise. Get energy, number 5. Number 6 works hand in hand. Have necessity, have urgency. Again, if something needs doing, get it done. Don't just sit back and, hopefully wait that it comes to you. Create the necessity, create the urgency, create the need, the drive and desire to go and get it done. And number 7, have a good state of mind. Now, all of this is useless without having a good state of mind. You must have the right mindset. How do you have the right mindset? Well, read the right books, listen to the right material, be around the right people, be in the right network, feed your mind with good information, feed your mind, feed your brain with, brain power foods, brain power drinks. All of these sorts of things are useful. But having a good state of mind is critical to anything that we do in life, and that is the 7th highly effective performance habit that anyone can do. The quick summary: 7 highly effective performance habits. Number 1, have clarity. Know what you're doing, know where you're going. Number 2, show influence. It's not what you say, it's the way you say it. Learn how to work with people. Number 3, show courage. Push yourself, push your boundaries. Number 4, increase productivity. Can you make every hour of your day more productive? Remember, the more hours you work doesn't necessarily increase the productivity. Number 5, get energy. That's feeding your body with the right things, the right foods, the right drinks. Number 6, have energy and urgency. Create necessity. Make things urgent. You'll get them done quicker and probably better. And number 7, have a good state of mind. Welcome back to QuickCast. That's QuickCast number 5, 7 highly effective performance habits anyone can do. As usual, we love reviews of the podcast. Go onto iTunes, leave us a review. And as usual, check us out on the social medias, the Property Nomads podcast. That's QuickCast out.